The two most controversial presidents of the Philippines alive are now in dispute. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Rodrigo Duterte, a controversial duo. In a nation deeply marked by its political past, two names stand out: Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Rodrigo Duterte. Their legacies intertwine with controversy. Most of people compare Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to his father's legacy, but his rise still contentious. Rodrigo Duterte, on the other hand, etched his name with a war on drugs. As history unfolds, the impact of Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Rodrigo Duterte will be a subject of study for generations. Their legacies, complex and debated. The Dutertes from the south, Davao, allied with the Marcoses from the north, Ilocos, and formed a unity team in the 2022 election and managed to achieve a landslide victory. The Duterte political dynasty is led by former President Rodrigo Duterte, who retired in June 2022. His daughter Sara Duterte is now the vice president. His eldest son is a congressman while another son is mayor of Davao City. The Dutertes have become more outspoken in lambasting the Marcos government over the past month. They released statements enjoining the people to reject the charter change proposal spearheaded by members of Congress. Duterte has warned Marcos might suffer the same fate as his father, who had to flee the country if he insisted on amending the constitution introduced after the 1986 revolution. Interestingly, the Dutertes endorsed charter change in the past when they advocated federalism. Analysts believe that amending the constitution could derail the presidential candidacy of Sara Duterte, especially if the form of government is changed and term limits are removed. The elder Duterte added that the secession of Mindanao Island could be an option, as he accused Marcos of plotting the charter change campaign. The rift between the Marcoses and the Dutertes appears to be widening, and this could continue to disrupt local alliances until the midterm 2025 elections or even before that period if charter change will be actively pursued in the coming months. Unfortunately, Dutertes are lack of credibility to represent themselves as a genuine opposition force against the Marcos-led government. Despite the war of words between the president and her father, Sara Duterte has refused to resign her cabinet post. VP Sara Duterte said she respected the opinion of her brother and father, but she did not have to agree with them. The Philippines will hold midterm elections in 2025 to choose half the Senate, elect congressmen, and local officials. If the candidates Marcos endorses lose the midterms, or his supporters shift loyalties, his legislative agenda could be in peril, said analysts. It will be an open warfare this year, said Ronald Lamas, a veteran political analyst and former presidential advisor. This is a point of no return, said Jean Encinas Franco, a political science professor at the University of the Philippines, pointing to the ferocity of the exchanges between two of the Philippines' most influential families. What will happen next? Will they reunite again? How this dispute will affect the country? Here in World Update, we will give you latest the update. Please like, share, and subscribe.